Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Patience. In today's video, we'll be making this beautiful ruched shoulder with a deep v-neck and an overlapped back neckline, gathered bust maxi gown with a cinched waist. Before we get started, kindly click the subscribe button. If you have done that, let's get into it. I'll be using this fabric for this tutorial. It is 3 yards and I'll be drafting on this pattern paper. I've gone ahead to mark my shoulder line. On the shoulder line, I'll mark half of my shoulder width, which is 8 inches. I'll be adding extra 8 inches to my measurement because it's a cut together sleeve, so you can add more if you want more gathers. For the neck width, I'll be using 3 inches. From this 16 inches, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slant, and I'll slant the shoulder to the neck width as shown. From this 1 inch, I'll mark my chest line, which is also my armhole line. That is 8 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance, that's 9 inches. In order to get a straight line, I'll mark from the shoulder, that is 10 inches, and I'll extend the line. After doing that, I'll bring down this 16 inches to the chest line and connect it to this 1 inch as shown. Now I'll mark my shoulder to underbust point, which is 14 inches. I'll be adding ½ inch for sewing allowance, that's 14.5 inches. I'll extend the line. So whatever I have on the chest line, I'll go in by 2 inches on the underbust line. So I have 16 inches there. I'll go in by 2 inches, that's 14 inches, and I'll make a curve this way. I'll be using this 1 inch here to hem the sleeve. So the width of my pattern paper is 17 inches. Now for the neck depth, I'll be using 12 inches. I'll connect the 3 inches to the 12 inches, creating the deep v-neck as shown. On this neckline, I am going to be adding a dart, which is going to help pull the neckline together for a better fit. To do that, I'll mark like the midpoint of the neckline, and on the chest line here, I'll go in by about 5 inches and connect the lines this way. So for my dart, I'll go down by ½ inch and create my dart. I'll cut this dart leg and close the dart using a sellotape to secure it. As you can see, the neckline is no longer aligned. I'll go ahead and connect back the points, 3 inches to the 12 inches. On the shoulder line here, I'll go up by 1 inch. This 1 inch is going to be for the ruched on the shoulder. That is it for the front piece. I'll cut it out. That is it for the front piece. I'll be cutting it out on my fabric, and I'll be cutting it out on fold. On the back piece, I've done the same thing. I've marked the 16 inches for the shoulder and I came down by 1 inch. So this is my chest line. And I've marked my shoulder to underbust line, adding ½ inch for sewing allowance. Remember, I used 16 inches here, so I'll be taking out 2 inches on the underbust line. I'll mark 14 inches and also create the arm side. So I'll be using this front pattern as shown. I'm also using 3 inches neck width. For the neck depth on the back piece, I'll be using the shoulder to underbust point. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect it to the underbust line this way as shown. I am also going to be adding a neck dart to the back piece to pull the neckline together for a better fit. To do that, I'll mark like the midpoint of the neckline. And on the chest line here, I'll go in by about 5 inches. I'll connect it this way, and I'll also be taking out using ½ inch for my dart. So I'll connect it this way, cut it out and close the dart. secure it and also connect back the points. I'll also add 1 inch for the ruche on the shoulder. That is it for the back piece. I'll cut it out. I'll be cutting out ×2 for the back piece. Okay, so it is going to overlap. So what I'm going to do on my fabric is I'll be adding extra 2 inches for the overlap. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut it out on my fabric. For the front piece, I've gone ahead to place it on my fabric on fold, as you can see, adding ½ inch here for sewing allowance. So this is the 12 inches for the neck depth. So from the neck depth, I added ½ inch. I'll be joining it back. So now I'll connect it to the neck width as shown and cut it out. So make sure to pin down your pattern paper to keep it in place. I'll go ahead and take out the pins. So this is what it looks like. Remember, I have extra ½ inch here. I'll divide it into 2. I'll be joining it back after I finish up the neckline. To finish up the neckline, I'll be using this strip of fabric of 1.5 inches. Okay, I'll place the right side of the strip of fabric on the wrong side of the bodice as shown, and I'll join by ½ inch. After doing that, I'll fold in ½ inch and fold in ½ inch again and make a top stitch. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and I'll stop here on the neck depth. For the back piece, I've gone ahead to place my pattern on my fabric. My fabric is on fold. I'll go ahead and extend the underbust line by 2 inches, and I'll connect the 2 inches to the neck width. Okay, remember the back neckline is going to overlap, so I'll connect it this way as shown. And I'll cut it out. So this is what it is going to look like. I'll overlap it this way. Okay, so before I do that, I'll finish up the neckline. I'll also be using 1.5 inches strip of fabric, place it on the wrong side, turn it over to the right side and make a top stitch on both pieces. I've done that on the front piece. I'll finish up the neckline. As you can see, I stopped at where my neck depth stopped. Okay, so this is how it came out. Now I am going to be joining back that ½ inch I added. So I'll place the right sides together this way and sew by the ½ inch to have the perfect V-neck. I've done that. I've joined the ½ inch, and this is how beautiful it came out. As you can see, the V-neck came out perfect. After joining the ½ inch, I ironed open. So the next thing I'm going to do is to make gathers on the hem. To do that, from the side seam here, I'll go in by 4 inches. I'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'll start making my gathers from the 4 inches to the other 4 inches. So you can go ahead and pleat it or make gathers. I'll be making gathers. After making my gathers, I'll ensure the width is half of my waist circumference plus extra 2 inches for ease and 1 inch for side seam. On the back piece, I've also finished up the neckline, and this is how it came out. So now I'll be making my overlap. I'll go ahead and mark the 2 inches I added. And I'll overlap it this way and stitch it to keep it in place. After doing that, I'll also be marking I'll go in by 4 inches on the side seam on both sides. And from the 4 inches, I'll also make gathers, and I'll ensure it is half of my waist circumference plus 2 inches for ease and 1 inch for hemming allowance. This is the front piece. I've made my gathers, so I'm adding extra inches for ease because this dress is not going to have a zipper, so you can easily pass through the bust. So the elastic thread is going to give the waist its shape. So I've also done that on the back piece. This is how beautiful it came out. This is the overlap, and I've made my gathers. So the width is half of my waist circumference plus 2 inches for ease and 1 inch for side seam. So instead of 18 inches, I have 21 inches. To cut out the lower part of this dress, I times my waist circumference by 3, which is 36 times 3, that is 108 inches. And I divided the fabric into 2. That is 54 inches for the front piece and 54 inches for the back piece. So this is the front piece. The width is 54 inches and the length is 45 inches plus hemming allowance. The front piece is supposed to have a slit, but I don't want to add a slit to mine. Just in case you want to add a slit to yours, divide the front piece into 2, join it back by ½ inch and stop where you want the slit to stop. After doing that, hem both sides to have your slit, but I'll not be doing that on this dress. For the cinched waist, I'll be using an elastic thread to sew from the underbust to the waist. To do that, I am going to be marking guidelines. Okay, starting from ½ inch here for sewing allowance. Taking out the 14 inches for my shoulder to underbust, I'll mark my shoulder to waist, which is 17 inches. So this is like 3 inches here. From this ½ inch to the 3 inches, I'll be using ½ inch space as shown. So I'll mark the ½ inch space line this way and extend the lines. I'll extend the lines all through. I've done that. Using my elastic thread, I'll be sewing on the guidelines. To do that, I've gone ahead to wind my elastic thread on the bobbin as shown. So make sure you're not pulling the thread. Okay, and you can go ahead and adjust the tension, make it a bit tight so you can gather more fabric. So I'll go ahead and start sewing on the guidelines. After doing that, this is what it looks like. I'll go ahead and press it down to keep it in place. Okay, I've done that. I've pressed it down to keep the gathers in place, and this is how it came out. So I have about 15 inches here, and half of my waist circumference is 18 inches. So this is definitely going to snatch the waist. So if you want the waist really snatched, you can divide your waist circumference by 2.5 inches. I'll be joining the upper and the lower part. To do that, I'll mark the midpoint and align the midpoint and pin it down. So to make it fit, when I'm joining by ½ inch, I'm going to stretch the lower part to fit the upper part. Okay, and I'll join by ½ inch. So I've made my gathers on the back piece, and I'll also be joining the upper and the lower part, marking the midpoint and aligning the midpoints. I'll place the right sides this way and join by ½ inch. So I'm going to stretch the lower part to fit the upper part. I've done that on the back piece, and this is how it came out. I ensure the midpoints are aligned. Also on the front piece, I've joined the upper and the lower part, and I ensure the midpoints are aligned. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to place the right sides together. I'll be joining the front and the back pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is to hem the sleeve with the 1 inch. After doing that, I am going to join the shoulder. So this is the 1 inch I added. I am going to join the 1 inch. I'll mark it out and pin it down. So after joining by 1 inch, I am going to fold both edges. I'll fold in ½ inch and fold it again to create a casing. I'll be doing the same thing on the other side and the other sleeve. And I'll join the side seam. I'll ensure this underbust area are aligned, and also this part I'll ensure they are aligned. After doing that, I'll hem. For the ruche on the shoulder, I'll be making a rope. I'll be using this strip of fabric of 1.5 inches. So I'll fold the edge by ½ inch this way and fold both sides by ½ inch and fold it again and make a top stitch to have something like this. Okay, these are the closed edges and these are the opened edges. So the length is, I'll be using 30 inches length. I'll cut out the excess. So these two are for one side of the sleeve. I'll be cutting out another two for the other side of the sleeve. So I've gone ahead to join the shoulder. I've hemmed the sleeve, as you can see, joined the shoulder, and I also make my casing. You can see how neat it came out inside. I've joined the side seam and I ensure these parts are aligned, as you can see. So now I am going to be passing my rope through the casing. I'll be using a loop turner. You can use a safety pin if you don't have a loop turner. I'll pin the folded edge and pass it through this way as shown. After doing that, I'll sew by ½ inch here to keep it in place. I'll do the same thing on the other side. I've done that. I've secured it by ½ inch and I've done the same thing on the other side. So these are the folded edges. Now I'll go ahead and make my gathers on the shoulder, so you can go ahead and adjust it however you want. So that is it, guys. We have come to the end of this tutorial. If this was helpful, kindly give this video a thumbs up, click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to be updated when I upload a new video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.